YouTube faithful, welcome to another edition of Third and Yarn. Today, we have Monday Night Football, and we got the Birds going to war, baby. That's right, you got the Eagles and the Falcons. Who's going to prevail? We'll have to see who's got the better wingspan. That's a poverty analogy, but it is what it is. Here's the deal. It's not shown on the thumbnail, but I'm going to give you some Draftkings advice. I'm going to give you some WNBA advice, and I'm also going to give you some MLB advice in addition to the main event, the NFL. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, comment guy, then go ahead, smash the like and hit the subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. First, let's go over to MLB. Actually, WNBA, I lied. It's going to be WNBA first half, and I'm going to get cooking. Right out of the gate, I'm talking about two things, no analysis. Well, I should say limited analysis, because I'm going to move through here real quick. Bang! Brianna Jones first half 12.5 PRA or Brianna Jones first half fantasy. Both of those are in play. Just trust me on that. Next, fantasy score. Carrington, she's normally at 13. She's now at 11.5. If you want to go there, you can. And or her points at 5.5. Both of those are in play. So those are your two WNBA ones you could take. And then the wagon, Bonner, less 7.5, is now down to 6.5. So they're making us think about it. So here's the deal. You got your little ticket. You've been riding the train. Less 7.5, bang, night after night, week after week. You can still ride that train until she forces you off. That's all I got to say about that. It's been sweat-free, so maybe she continues to be sweat-free and doesn't even sniff 7 points, and we get lucky one more time. Other than that, I'm not interested. So let's go on over to MLB, man. I'm flying through here, man. Okay, the most popular play in America, maybe the world, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, okay, for the Poverty Dodgers. That's right, Poverty Dodgers. Their pitchers are poverty. Fight me. He's 4.5 on other books like Chalkboard, etc., but on PrizePicks, they got him at a crispy 5. Now, what do we do with the Mr. Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Well, your guess is as good as mine. The man's on a pitch count. He's facing the Braves, but they're going to get Ks. So, last time he was at 4.5, he got 10 Ks in 4 innings. You got to know he's going to be limited. The line hasn't bumped, and he's all over Twitter, all over YouTube, all over the world. People are saying to take over on him. So if you want to fade him for that fact alone, I wouldn't begrudge you a bit. But I got to throw my hat in the ring, and I'm taking a shot. I already got him last night. I got him locked in on Chalkboard at 4.5. If he sells, he sells. So that's numero uno. But what I also can do is pull out my secret weapon, DG Fantasy, and I can go down here and start to see what is what. Now, Reed Detmers was already going in the mix. He's already in my cord list. He's already in my lineups. He's already talked about more 6.5 Ks. Plus his fantasy score is absolutely fine. That line's moving back up to 7 any moment, okay? Any of these would be fine. I got Lugo Moore 31. He's now at 32. You want to go there? The fantasy scores are always hit or miss. That's up to you. That's gut calls. Jordan Yarn Alvarez, 7.5 fantasy. He just made me a whole lot of coin the other night, and I'm going right back to him. Cannon under 4.5 Ks. That's fine. All of these are in play, folks. Spencer Spaghetti, over 4.5 Ks, minus 133. The matchup couldn't be worse on paper. Now, Spencer's the type of guy that normally his line's at 6.5 or 7. He's either going to get 7 Ks or he's going to get 7 earned runs in the first friggin' inning. That's just who he is. But at 4.5, they lowered the line to reflect the matchup. It's baked in. You got to take a shot at 4.5 Ks. And if he sells you, well then by God, he sells you. You got Ozuna down here at 6.5 fantasy. Bang! That's 1 walk, 1 single, and then anything else. An RBI, 1 double, 1 walk, cash it. Multiple paths to victory. And whenever you get multiple paths to victory, well then it's crispy! And then my boy, the Cannon, White Sox Supreme, over 2.5 earned runs. He's getting shelled. And I absolutely will have a shot right here. He's minus 129. The beauty of this tool is this, folks. You get all the market data, bang, in a moment's notice before it bumps. All these are going to be moved. And if you're in the cord, you compare them to the projection sheets I put out, you're in the mix. Use code CRUSH, 25% off your month, CRUSH35, and you'll get a full 35% off of their quarterly packages. You can't beat it with a stick, so get in the mix. I'm tired of having to repeat that. I've made so much coin using it. It's just night, light and day. You want to make coin, you got to pay coin. It takes money to make money, folks. So, we got Yoshi in the mix. We got Spencer in the mix. If you Darvish, you want to take a shot on Darvish, he's going to be on a limited pitch count, but he could get 5 Ks. But personally, I'm going to take a shot on his demon earned runs because I'm going to gamble. Now, Reed Detmers, We already talked about him. I showed you he's plus EV. And then you got the man, the myth, the legend, the pirate. We got the peon. The peon. Bro, that's hilarious. Paul Skeens, 6.5 Ks. Now, I prefer Gabi, but I don't see it. Oh, there he is right there at a crispy 5.5. Right there to Gabi for Skeens is fine. I think it's crispy. Either that, either one of those. Hopefully they don't limit him. Our season's pretty much done. I mean, we could backdoor get into the wild card, but I don't really know what's hitting there. Priority, Detmers, Arigeti, and Yoshi. Priority major is Yoshi. And on top of Yoshi's combo, I don't know what I'm missing here, folks. This is borderline play of the day territory. Yoshi and Fried, 10.5 Ks. I mean, Yoshi could get 10 by himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have exposure to this. And if it sells, it sells. And you know what else? I'll raise you one better. 5.5 pitcher strikeouts is Demon. Listen, if he gets 6 here, you might as well just take the Demon, right? It doesn't pay that much. It's a little bit 0.75 more. But hey, if you're willing to sacrifice your push equity, just take the Demon. It's up to you. Now, I have an entire list of plays and demons for MLB that I like in the Discord right now, ready to go. Slips, lineups, playlist, and a projection chart. And before I go over to tell you how to get access to that, I need you to see the weekend that I had, baby, because you want to talk about a master class. I mean, bang. Look at this. This was posted. Bang. I gave these 5 out. This was my NFL Sunday main 5 plays right here. The 6th one was Moody. He sold, but this 5 right there, 10x. Posted the lineup. This right here, 2x again, but I had chances to you're putting yourself in a position to have chances to have a Nagasaki day. All right, I cooked WNBA yesterday, swept it all but gray, a gentleman's sweep. Cooked the discounts on Chalkboard for NFL. This was the 4-man I posted, another 10x. These were the anchors, Dobbins and Mason. I made a video about these right here. These were the 2 targets. It was free coin. And then on Saturday, my goodness, you want to talk about nukes? Look at this. Bang. Oh, they want to say Captain Crush only plays Gobbies. Oh, is that so? Is that so? Well, let's go on a little bit of a journey, okay? I'm going to take you on a journey from 1 unit to 584 units in one day. So here we go. Just keep the feet firing and keep it moving. Just look at all the digits. Look at all the dubs. Look at all the zeros, baby. Cap only plays Gobbies. Is that so? It's called Anchors and Darts, and I'm just raking it in. There's nothing you can do about it, buddy. Just raking it in. And that's not even a fraction of what I got done. And it ain't just me. Everybody's tailing and getting in the mix. All right, because I'm posting it. I'm teaching these jabronis how to win. The lot of them are cooking. Look at it. It's a wall of green. It's a beautiful thing. These guys don't even post. 90% of their winning slips, they don't post because they're poverty. I got to remind them, hey, it's the only tool I have to convince the YouTube faithful that I'm doing the Lord's work. So you got to post under winning slips if you want to get the shout outs, y'all. Jerry Mack with the shout out. Houston with the shout out. Shadow Link with the shout out. Where's Goal Locks? Spartan showing why DG is so powerful. Gasecki, 2.5 receptions. Bang. Minus 139 across. He's absolutely right. It's totally worth its weight in gold. I mean, look at all these green beans, guys. The Faceless Man, Samba, everybody won coin. I mean, even people that never talk. AWC tailed. I mean, it's cinema. Goal Locks. He's showing, this is how it was in the Discord behind the paywall, the 4-man and the 2-man. This is the aftermath, the 2-man, and he also tailed the 4-man. He posted it. I know he did. Here it is right here. Bang. Okay? Right there. Even Wanna got himself a little ban. But this is how it was posted, guys. That's why I'm doing a victory lap to let you guys know I'm doing NFL, MLB, and WNBA every single day. I interact with all you guys. We do live streams. I do a live stream Sundays at 9:45 a.m., an hour before kickoff. I do one every Monday through Friday at 4:45, 5 Central to talk about MLB and the night games. I mean, come on, y'all. It's time to lock in. And you might ask, where am I going with this? Well, I have something for you, okay? Because I don't just win a million units and not give y'all a chance. Look at this. This was Friday. So Friday, Saturday. No, it was Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. I had a good weekend, y'all. I made almost 1,000 units. I'm not, no joke, okay? You're seeing the proofs in the pudding, baby. I went on a heater. At Anchors and Darts, you can go on a heater like that. I put the projections under the news channel, which you can see all the pictures are right there. We go over the hitters on live stream. I post the NFL projections just like this, color-coded, so it's real easy to digest. I do the best way to help you guys. I also give you a full playlist just like this for every slate. Butker, Ridley, Mason, Rashi, Dobbins, Baker, Moody. Moody was the only sell job. And Baker's pass yards, but he cashed fantasy and rush attempts and rush yards, so it's a net positive. This is how it is. Then the lineups are under the captain's slip tab right here, which is right here. These were my main lineups for the Sunday afternoon slate. It's right here, guys. Okay, I'm telling you guys what to do. I'm not hiding it or gatekeeping regardless of what anyone thinks. Now on Saturday night, I posted this for a late night sweat, 80 to win, 5,000 or 4,740. Fernando cashed, Altuve cashed, Chapman sold, Marte DNP, Contreras cashed, Bellinger cashed. It ended up paying 3.5x, but we had a sweat for 50x. I posted it and I told you guys mix and match. I did and cash it. I will post these type of things when there's an interest for it, okay? It's a long shot, but I do my research and stuff to give you an educated long shot, an educated lottery ticket, y'all. And then for Chalkboard, we're waiting on this one to cash. Lamb, Mason, Hall cash. Barkley's the last piece. We're going to get into that. And where I'm going with that is you can go to CaptainCrush.net. You can go down the gold package. It's $25 a month, $24.99. Silver's $13.99, which just gives you the plays, no Discord. And you can get 1 month, which is already dirt cheap, but I'm doing this for you guys because I had a massive weekend and I really believe in what I'm doing. Use promo code CRUSHED and you can get in for a flat $10 for an entire month. This is for new customers only. I'm trying to target those of you that are the YouTube faithful that are on the fence. You're like, I don't know if I should, and maybe $24.99 is a little bit too much to get you to pull the trigger, but now you can use code CRUSHED and get in for just $10. You'll get a full 30 days. That's 30 cents or less a day. And you'll get access to the live streams, the general chat, the daily props, the projection sheets, everything. So if that's not enough to push you from sideline to in the mix, I don't know what is, bro, because I believe in what I'm doing, which is helping you guys learn how to play fantasy sports, whether it's PrizePicks, Underdogs, Draftkings, Chalkboard, you name it. Captain Crush is your guide to the stars. Now, the main event is upon us. And for those of you wondering about, well, Cap, what about the hitters? There's so many. Listen, I go over the hitters on the live stream, bucko. So make sure you use that promo and get in the mix. But the main event, all the smoke is cleared. All the ballyhoo is over. We're here to talk about third and yarn. We're here to talk about NFL Monday Night Football, baby. And what are we going to do? Step one, we're going to script this mug the way we think it's going to go. And what are we thinking, chat? Well, we got primetime Cousins in the mix, which automatically means over half an interception is automatically in play, bro. The man is a primetime demon and not in a good way. He's guaranteed. What? You thought I was going to guarantee something here on this video? Think again. There's no guarantees. I'm not selling snake oil. We're talking about parlays here, buddy. There's no guarantees. But Kirk Cousins could 100% throw an interception, so I'm going to have a little bit of exposure to it in 1 to 2 max. But I put that out there on purpose because I'm throwing a curveball, baby. Captain Crush is he's stepping out over the mound, and he's literally throwing sliders because it's going in, bang, curve it up, slide it up, whatever you want to call it, a sweep or a cutter. We're taking Kirk Cousins, 225.5 passing yards. Give me the over. Why? Because he's a gunslinger. Say what you will about Kirk Cousins. Last week, he faced off against the Steel Curtain, and he came up short. But this week, I think he bounces back on the road. I think he gets it done. If it's going to come down to it, a Falcon versus an Eagle, my God in heaven, give me exposure to the Falcons, baby. They give it to me. So, if you script that the Eagles are going to have the lead, what do we know about the Eagles? They have clock management that rivals Big Ben in London, okay? That's a big clock in London. It tells time. They absolutely know how to get the lead and run it and pound it and do it all. All of a sudden, you got overs and they're all looking like quicksand falling from the thing because you're just getting shelled because the Eagles have the ball. That's what the Lions did to Baker yesterday, and it didn't work out for them. They got shelled because of it. Now, Cousins needs to come out strong, and he needs to come out early. Now, you can see right here, this is for Kirk Cousins. I have him projected for 245 yards. That's a 20-point differential. So I'm going to go ahead, roll the dice on Kirk, and hopefully he gets it done. Now, you may not know him. You're new to football. You're new to this. The man is a gunslinger. Now, he doesn't have the same targets he did over in Minnesota. I'll concede that point to you, buddy. But there's another guy on that team, London, who could get in the mix and who had a terrible game. Everybody in the world's going to be on him today. I got his receptions at 4.5, courtesy of helping use DG. Now he's at 5. If you want to go there, you can. If you're playing Cousins to have a bounce back, you can take London. Now, this is the unusually unique spot where I'm not taking a correlated play with my quarterback. I don't care. I just want his yards. And as far as the receivers are concerned, now that they're bumped and everything, I'm leaving them out of the mix. You got to go to Bijan, and you got to like what you see. Receiving yards. Old Crush got him at 29.5 earlier in the week. Now he was at 31. Now he's at 32.5, and I still think it's in play. I have him projected for 37 or 38. Can't remember off the top of the head. It's in the Discord published. Check it out. But that's a 5 to 6 yard differential. If Cousins gets in trouble, they start pressing him, he's going to be looking for the check down, just like Caleb Williams last night, throwing those check downs to Swift. Bijan, well, he's a lot better than Mr. Swift. No hate on Swift, that is, but he's a jack of all trades. He can rush it, he can catch it, move the ball, so you got to have exposure to his receiving yards. In addition to that, I think his anytime TD prop is in play. It burned everybody last week. Also, his fantasy score, all of those are in play for Bijan, okay? Those are my two favorite Falcons. Now, I could give you more and less and unders on a bunch of other ones, Kyle Pitts, yada, yada, but I'm not going into that. I'm trying to give you cut down to the nitty gritty. And I ain't talking Justin Jefferson. Now, let's go over to the other side of the ball. We know A.J. Brown, he's having a seat tonight, which means who's stepping up? Is it going to be Dotson? Jahan Dotson? Burr's play of the day? Yeah, Burr, the guy that leaves all the comments in the comment section. He gave me his play of the day last week. Primetime football. Dotson, last leg. Captain Crush got a 6-man parlay. He's thinking, bang, it's going to hit. Surely, my boy Burr wouldn't sell me on his play of the day, would he? Well, sure enough, he did, and he sold me. And instead of a crispy 25x, I got a crispy 2x, a 23-point swing. Now, that's okay. Luckily for Burr, I don't hold grudges, and I dang sure don't hold people grudges for slips that I chalk every day. But the point is if there was ever a place for Dotson to go yarn, it's going to be tonight. So this right here is Westbrook's play of the day today. But at the end of the day, folks, Westbrook, he's also an Angels fan at the end of the day. So what does he really know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, no shade, Brick, but, hopefully it hits for us. Let's go. I'm telling you, Westbrook's a court phase. A mod in the court, actually. He's a good guy. I don't care what they say about him. Now, what do I personally like? Well, I gave it out yesterday. Smith, more 5.5 receptions. They bumped him up to 6. So now I'm off of it. I'm not taking the bump. If you want to take the bump, you can, but I think you can get him at 5.5 on Chalkboard right now. So go on Chalkboard, use code CRUSH, get your deposit match. I'll throw in 30 free days of the cord, which is already $10 for new members. So you're winning. Charlie Sheen would blush. So you got to take the receptions into account, his fantasy score into account. Listen, somebody's going to have to catch the ball over here. So you got to target Devontae Smith. He's going to be the primary focus, I would think. Goddard could get in the mix, but I'm just going to go with Devontae at 5.5. Is his receiving yards in the mix? Sure, absolutely. 72.5 receiving yards for Smith. I like it too. But again, that's not a primary play because of the bump. It's Cousins, Bijan, and this man right here. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about a man. Mr. Glass himself, Saquon Barkley. I will be the first to raise my hand and say I did not see that coming. 3 tutties and all that damage he did. I didn't see it coming. I always will admit when I'm wrong, and I didn't see it coming. Now, you can admit when you're wrong when you're usually right because it's an anomaly. It happens. It's an outlier game. But Saquon Barkley, I got his receiving yards at 17.5. It's now 18.5. He only had like 2 targets last game, but I think because of what he's capable of, you could still take it at 18.5. They can run that screen. He's going to be the check down option. If the Falcons can put pressure on Hurts, he's going to be the safety valve, okay? And also, A.J. Brown's out of the mix. That should help him here. This is going to be very, very popular, and rightfully so. His anytime touchdown, it's also going in the mix. Absolutely. Now I have Barkley right here at 25.4 receiving yards. And the line is 18.5. So it's simple. Now on top of that, I have his rushing yards going over at 80 something. So if they do get the lead and they want to ground and pound, Barkley's going to be the guy. Anytime touchdown and also his receiving yards, his fantasy score at 17, and even his rush reception yards, guys. All of these are in play. He's the thumbnail for a reason. If he doesn't hit this touchdown tonight, I'm losing a whole lot of coin. But but I'm totally fine with it, y'all, and you should be too. You gotta be okay losing coin. If you make the right reads, whatever happens, happens. Okay? That's just how it is, y'all. Whatever happens, happens. We're trying to make the right reads day in and day out, and then we get our Nagasaki day, which you just saw. I showed you on my wall of green. I mean, I can lose Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you better believe on Friday, I'm coming for blood, and I'm coming big league. And I ain't talking the chewing gum. I'm talking units. And if you think I'm blowing smoke, have a gander. September 14th, 582 units profit. I ain't blowing smoke, y'all. That right there covers any losses incurred over the last 2 or 3 days. Let me tell you. Let me talk to you. So, I go back to Barkley, and I'm telling you right now, if for whatever reason he gets game scripted out, the Falcons get the lead, or he just gets injured, or he sells, yeah, it's going to happen. I got cooked in last night's game. That game was so poverty. I got cooked. I had Mixon over fantasy. He got cooked. I expected them to get the lead and then run it. He got cooked. I had Stroud over rush yards. He got cooked. He had it, but they blew a flag and they took it back. But the point is, the reads were solid. Mixon got hurt. Stroud covered, but he had a flag. I mean, that's just part of the game, y'all. And it's very, very hard to have a same game NFL game to go all 4 legs over. It's very, very hard. You need everything to go right. So I recommend taking your favorite 2 from this video or whatever from the cord, locking it in, mix and match, land on the right one. Now there's a whole bunch of other plays that I could give you, jabronis, but I gotta condense it for the sake of time. This video is already way too long, and I haven't even covered Draftkings or Underdog yet. So I tell you that to make sure you're in the live stream today at 5 Central. If you're not there, well then don't expect to win any coin. So let's move over to Underdog, where you can see they're throwing Captain Crush a bone. You like that Underdog bone? 50% profit boost today on a $25 lineup. I will be in that mix all day long. And all I have to do is slide back over to DG, filter it to Underdog, and I can just start cooking. Pablo, Lugo, Bijan's fantasy. By the way, the fantasy on Bijan is juiced under here because they score different than PrizePicks. It's half PPR on Underdog. Very, very, very important, y'all. Same thing with Barkley. That means every time they catch the ball, they're only getting half a point. On PrizePicks, they're getting a full point. It's totally different. So you want to know what I'm going to take over on Underdog? I'm going to show you right here, right now, baby. Machado, higher 7 fantasy points. It's 3 points for a walk over here. So if he gets walked and then gets a single, he's going to be needing one more thing, and I think he can get it done. Either that or his hits, runs, RBIs. I'm not afraid of the spaghetti man, okay? Machado's been going yarn. Him or Tatis is fine. Now for NFL, I'm taking Cousins. It's real simple. I'm not getting off Cousins. If he sells, he sells. His rush receiving TD right there, that'll pay you 2.4. If I apply the profit boost, it's going to be even bigger. All right, you got the rushing touchdown, which pays 3x, and he doesn't get the tutty. Look at this, vulture protection. A vulture is defined as a rush TD scored by a player who is not a designated RB. So if someone like Gainwell gets the touchdown instead of Barkley, you're going to get bailed out. Now, unfortunately, if Jalen Hurts scores, then it won't qualify, but it's still a nice thing to have, okay? So rushing or reception TDs or rushing TDs, either one is fine. It depends on what you want for your payout. Use code CRUSH on Underdog, get in the mix. You'll get a full deposit match, and they have a ton of promos for week 3 coming up. I'll see if I can post it in post-edit. The priority play for Barkley is his anytime touchdown, rush receiving touchdowns, in addition to his fantasy score. That's my favorite for Barkley, but not fantasy on on Underdog, but on PrizePicks. Now let's talk about DraftKings Showdown, where the $3 to $5 players can turn into millionaires. Literally! $3.20 max. First place is $50K if you can find a way to ship it. You want to get unique. Script the game how you think it's going to go, my brother in Christ, and then go yarn. Have at it with it. This is the most fun, creative format there is. It's king of the road. You want to take a captain that has high upside. In this case, it's either going to be Barkley, Bijan, or one of the receivers, okay? Personally, I'm going to fade Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to hope that Barkley just goes yarn. I'll have split exposure between Barkley and Robinson. So let's just say we went Barkley, and then you'd want to script it accordingly. So like Cousins. So if you went Barkley, Cousins, London, Bijan, you'd have $34.50 to make 2 more slots. You'd have to go with one of the $400 crappers, Ray McLeod at $3K, something like that, something along those lines, okay? But personally, I don't even know if I'm going to draft Cousins. Even though I think he's going to get the yards, it's still, he may not be needed in the optimal lineup. Same thing with London. I'm really not sure how I'm going to go here. I might just go heavy running back with Bijan and Barkley. I think the Eagles defense might be in play because Cousins can throw a pick six. Jake Elliott for sure. Smith, he's going to get some uptick. All these things are options. Now, I discussed this and more in my Discord, but remember, if you're playing 20 lineups, you want 10 with one captain, 10 with another. Take a stand. It's the only way to win. If you're trying to get, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? You're trying to cover every game script, you're going to lose, okay? You need to pick a game script and stick to it and build your lineup accordingly. Period. It's all about having leverage on the field. For example, the Dolphins game. Everyone was afraid to roster A-Chain because, oh, he just got ruled in, he's sick. I locked him in at captain, loaded him up, baby. It's that simple. I cashed 19 of 20. You want to take advantage of public stupidity. Whatever they're afraid to do is what you need to be doing. It's the game within the game. That might even be Draftkings' motto. It's all about ownership. Play whoever you want. Just get creative and try to outthink. What is your opponent's going to do? There's 50,000 players in this contest. So how do you make a lineup that gets to first? Don't be afraid to leave salary on the table. Don't be afraid to have a crazy take and make it. You're going to lose guaranteed prize pools as GPPs 9 out of 10 times. But that one time you win, you could win life-changing money, baby. And I teach the fundamentals and give you the projections and write-ups to help you do this in the Discord. So remember, CaptainCrush.net Gold Package. It's linked through the Dub Club. You can get 1 month for $10. Code CRUSHED for new members. Y'all got no excuses now. Captain Crush is doing the Lord's work. So if you're on the fence, move your tush into the lineup. It's time to become a starter. Put your pads on, put your helmet on, and I'll see you in the mix. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Wait, stop the count. Listen, if you made it this far, you're doing God's work. Like and subscribe. But on top of that, if you're a video editor or someone that can help with production for these videos and you want to see if we can come to an arrangement, you want to come work for Crush, send me an email. You can get my email via my link tree. It's also at the bottom of my website, CaptainCrush.net. Send me an email and let's talk. I'm trying to find a solid video editor and production manager who I can work with and try to get this channel to where I know and want it to be. So with that in mind, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.